I was debating on if I wanted a matte lipstick today. It makes me feel like
Grown.
yeah,
You sexy.
like Angela Bassett. Like I talk with my teeth. Nice.
Look at that lipstick off your teeth.
And easy.
I remember the words to the song like I wrote it. Fucking ass.
Nice. Or some Toni Braxton. I love a matte lipstick.
A matte lipstick is cute. Especially, you might as well wear burgundy.
I love a burgundy.
A burgundy is cute.
Did you wear, what was it, MAC?
What is it called?
Purple Kisses. No, that was Ruby. Ruby.
That's what Ruby Woo was red.
Okay, it's in the family. What was the purple? Because the
I
drink
forgot
did
what
a
the
song
purple
on it.
Heroin. It had us all in the chokehold. Heroin was what it was called. That was the purple. Mm-hmm.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
The girls will never know. They weren't outside.
They was not.
Are we showing our age?
The TikTokers don't know about
They
that.
don't. We need to bring that back. I might swear, Bennett. You talking about your intrusive thoughts? This me today. Hey y'all.
Hey.
I keep saying I'm gonna change it up and I don't. Welcome back to the Halfway Grown podcast. Today we have an interesting conversation. I'm gonna lead it off because I've been thinking about this for a minute. Because y'all know my little one, who's not little, is about to be 16, and the conversations that we be having, and me just putting her on game, it makes me reflect on like what I wish I would have known when I was her age, or just have been taught. But the main thing that I teach young Addie, don't be no simp.
Don't be no simp.
Don't be no simp. And that's with a guy, girl, they, them, anything in between. And the motto to that is don't give anybody a second chance to show you that they don't like you.
Oh my goodness. Amen for you teaching little Addie that.
Don't be no simp.
Yes.
People show you who they are the first time. Believe
That's super
them.
duper important, especially because she in high school.
Yeah. And I wish when I was 14, 15, 16, and you have conversations about, friendships and, don't let nobody call you out your name or she's jealous of you. But just like, no, like, they don't like me. They don't like me. And that I wasn't taught.
Yeah. My mama always resorted to violence.
Sister, there was no second chance. There was no second chance.
So I definitely would not teach Crew to resort to violence. I don't ever want her to be in a situation. If Crew never has a fight in her life, that will be like so great.
Yeah.
That would be so good. Yeah. But my mama used to be like, come outside if it will her ass.
So how were you as a mom then?
Huh?
How were you as a mom with Crew?
I mean, Crew's only 4,
Yeah.
so I don't feel like we've really gotten there yet.
Amen.
I mean, I told you that the My Hair Longer Than Yours has already started in pre-K 4, which I think is pretty weird.
Come get your child.
Please come get your child, because why is y'all talking about who hair longer than who's in pre-K 4? Mm-hmm. But I just tell Crew, I said, when they say, you want a cookie? Now she uses it as a joke. Like, she'd be like, Mama, my hair longer than yours. And I say, you want a cookie? And then I do it back to her and we go back and forth. And I'm like, I very much teach Crew to laugh at every single thing, which I've learned could be a good and bad thing. Yeah. Because she's laughed at some stuff. I'm like, okay, that's not funny. Like, you don't laugh at people when that happen. But I've definitely been trying to just teach her to make everything more comical, and so she just won't be serious about everything. And you know how we grew up, we wanted long hair, we wanted. I feel like that was the culture for us growing up. I don't want that for my baby.
Yeah,
I don't.
Like I don't want Addie to get involved in fights. I do want her to know how to
defend herself.
100%. Be mindful of her words. I don't want her to feel responsible for taking up for other people too. But if she feels called to it, for sure. But me, and knowing how conflict averse I am, it's like, no, I gotta nip that in the bud, because I don't want her to shy away from conflict either.
So are you team conflict, or are you team like no conflict? And like, what does that mean to you, conflict versus no conflict?
For her, it's more so if that discernment, right? If it makes you feel a way, like feel free to speak your feelings in the moment. If you don't feel comfortable, okay, I'm gonna let, like you said, in the last episode, I'm gonna let it ride, I'm gonna let it slide. And if it happens again, like that's, you only get one.
Yeah.
You get that. If it's a relationship that you
No change behavior.
value. But with her, it's kind of like, because she's in high school, I'm not in the hall, I'm not in the classrooms. Like, I can teach you basics and foundations, and I just got to trust that you'll employ it when you there.
Right.
But I'll be ready to pull up. And I'll be ready to pull up, but I don't necessarily know if it's because it's for her or it's like my inner child is like triggered.
I mean, that's your baby though. I can't even imagine. You know, the things that Addie going through and crew going through. My mama was pulling up. Oh my gosh, she was. I mean, she had 11 kids. You know what I'm saying? And
how many girls?
5 girls. 5 girls. And you know what? Honestly, like my older sister never. Like, she was very much into her game. Like, she played Zelda 007.
Not
she
Zelda.
loved to read books. Like, she was very a good child. Then there was me. You know, and I was never like the type of person that always would start conflict. But I feel like people would try me. 100%. Then my sister up under me, good. The next one, okay, but
that's every other.
That younger one.
It's always the baby.
That younger sister.
It's always the baby.
Baby, last year, she still be fighting. I'm sorry, sis, I got to put you out there. She called one of her friends called me, like, you need to get your sister. She acting crazy. Da, da, da. I'm like, what is going on? Baby, she got up at 5:30 in the morning. Went to somebody's house.
That's dedication.
Fought them in her work uniform, and then went and clocked in to work. And I called her, and I'm like, what's going on? She like, what you talking about? Like, ain't nothing happened. I'm like, ma'am, please. 5:30 a.m. Who wakes up at 5:30 a.m. to
I don't even want to wake up for 5:30 in the morning for a check.
Listen, a check. But she had to go to work. She went and got her coin. Proud of her, but it's like, ma'am.
What did you say?
I just was like, stop it.
What was the reason?
Stop it. She is just, she's so St. Louis. And it's funny, but it's not funny because that's my little sister. That's my baby sister. I love her. She's a smart girl. She in school. Like, she's doing all the right things, but she will punch you in the face. And I'm not saying my mama was in it. My mama wasn't like making us go out here and like starting stuff. But if somebody mess with her babies, all y'all better be out there. I don't care if it's 1 on 5.
Y'all 3. Let's go. Let's go.
Right now, I very much grew up with a mom who we was hopping in the car with, pulling up at people's house. Very dangerous. I
grew up very sheltered. And I think that has a lot to do with like my orient around conflict. Like my mom was very like mild-mannered, mild-tempered. Now my daddy, temper. So I get my temper from him, but he was also very, very protective of me. So I didn't have the opportunity to really like delve into conflict. Like I didn't, like, I don't know how to double dutch.
Ma'am,
I don't know how to double dutch. I wasn't allowed to go to the other side of the block to learn how to double dutch with the other girls that was on the block.
You was too damn sheltered for me.
I told you I ain't been the same. I couldn't stay at the lock-in. So there's a level of like that part of parenting where I'm still trying to find the balance of letting her explore and like learning how to engage with her peers and the opposite sex, not from a fear standpoint. Like theirs was more so like, I don't want you to get pregnant. But I'm like, I still have to engage with these people. I still have to learn how to navigate these relationships.
But I feel like you do a good job with how sheltered you were. I don't feel like you are sheltered with Addie. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good thing because I grew up very non-sheltered. I mean, my mom was like a friend growing up to me. And my grandmother was more like my mom. You know what I'm saying? So like it was a very non-sheltered, but I mean, I turned out pretty decent, you know. I mean, you know,
I think so. I did good.
You know, I think, you know, she did pretty good. I mean, my mom taught me, even in just the midst of growing up, how we did with being with a low income family, I don't want to call us poor, even though that's what it very much
It
was.
is what it is.
A lot about just survival and making it do what it do with what you got, and just loyalty, especially with family. And it's just like some of that stuff Crew's not going to get because we're not in that same situation. Like, sis, don't think that you can eat Cane's every single day. Like, I ain't see no, I don't even know if Cane's was around with us growing up.
Hardee's.
But man, we was eating ravioli, SpaghettiOs, and ramen noodles. Like, to get fast food was like a privilege. You get to Crew, getting fast food is, or going out to eat, or is a normal. You ask sis what her favorite food is, and she say crab legs and lobsters. Ma'am, what? Okay, it's sushi. Yeah. She want you're 5. You just turned 5, and I'm like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to give my daughter that, but also,
what's the balance?
Yeah, there has to be a balance.
Yeah,
there has to be a balance.
Because Addie had me a Juicy Seafood last Friday night, and I was in my pajamas. She came home from practice asking for, and I went.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you happy you want to do that for your child, but
I should have sat my ass home.
Listen, girl,
I woke up all that salt. I was so thirsty, Key. I kept waking up down in bottles of water. Don't ask me for no more Juicy Seafood no more. I'm putting my foot down.
I don't know. Sometimes I just be giving in.
Damn.
Just have it. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the way I grew up. Of course, like, as a child, you hated it. Yeah, you wanted it to be better. I tell you all the time, I was very much a movie person.
Yeah.
I very much escaped in my imagination growing up, which is why I think I became a writer, because I kind of wanted to be somewhere else growing up. I knew what I was living in wasn't normal shit. I wanted to be like the on TV, you know? But
what was your favorite movie?
Players Club.
You did say that.
Players Club. I mean,
but I thought you liked Grease.
Yes, very much.
Okay.
I just watched that with Snap. I made him watch it the other day. I was singing all the songs.
I'm hollering.
But like, yeah, I like Grease. I liked musicals. I liked anything like where the women in there were dressed up, especially anything where they were living like a life that we did not see growing up because we didn't have social media. So literally our kids are living in a complete different world, because living in St. Louis and living in the hood, that's all you know. You don't really know like what Delaware look like, or Idaho, or their places, but you just don't really think about, oh, there are actually people living a different kind of life that I'm not living, only the things that you see.
Because what I'm gonna do in Delaware
on TV. I still don't know what Delaware look like.
I don't
even know where it is on the map. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It sounds like it's in the east.
Where Delaware?
Okay, it's
east side.
For 500, Alex. For 500. That's all I know, though. That's all I. Shout out to
Delaware.
Do you think, like, in the era that we grew up, we had better interpersonal skills because we didn't have social media?
100%. Yeah. Like, these kids don't want to go outside and play.
They don't.
They wants to be
not a bite, not a try
on the phone, like on their iPads, which I'm grateful that my kids really, they have iPads, but it's always there. We can't even find it,
What charger?
Crew want to FaceTime Samia when she get on her iPad. They very much do watch TV. They love going outside, but I mean,
I don't know the balance. I don't know the balance. And I always tell, when I talk to my therapist, just when I'm having seasons of parenting, because I have one brain in teenager world and then one brain in Tyler world. But like when it comes to my oldest, I'm like, am I parenting? Am I projecting? Am I parenting? Or am I projecting? Because my inner teen is often triggered when it comes to her, because not even my inner child, like my inner teen. And the closer she gets to 16, because I was 16 when I met her dad. And I remember where my mom said, well, we talked about this before, just head just gone, mind just gone, blown, crashing out. And it's not a fear that I have for her, but it is something that's like
ringing in the back of your head.
Because what is time? What is time? And that's why I emphasize, don't be no simp.
Yes.
I don't raise no simps.
Yes, I think you're doing a great job.
I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying.
Man, like I said, that's a different. I can't really speak to that because, like I said,
Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old.
But what did I? But Crew is also very, very bright.
Yeah,
Very bright.
100%.
And so she's probably hit you with some conversations like, where'd you?
I
where
mean,
did that come
she got in the
from?
car the other day and said, "Mama, do you know that you go die one day when you 100?"
I mean, damn.
I'm like, thanks.
Okay.
She was like, "You know you're going to get old and die." I'm like, what are they teaching y'all? Like, what was the lesson today? What did you learn today that you want to tell me that I'm going to die when I get 100? And then she said, like, I don't want to die. And I'm like, well, you know, dying isn't a bad thing. You know, trying to talk to her. I very much teach Crew know a lot about God, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, when you die, you get to see God and all. And then she's, well, why I can't see him now? You know, and I'm like,
honestly, Crew, if I could,
you
see
know
you
what?
without-
We thinking the same
honestly,
damn thing.
I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you.
But I mean, yeah, we have those conversations, but they're very much different from you know, she don't think about no boys right now. You
Yeah.
know, that's not even
It ain't no little Brandon, no little Chris, no little Tyler in the class.
girl, I forgot the little boy name last year, Cartier or some
Oh.
shut up.
Oh.
In her classroom, Simone text me like, Simone getting all the kids tea, talking about Samia told her Crew and Cartier was going together. So I asked Crew about it. I'm like, Crew, who is Cartier? And she froze up, like she instantly knew, like
she was in trouble.
like yeah. And she's so scared of being in trouble. And her daddy is a discipline, like he don't play. So she was like, Mom, please don't tell Daddy. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell Daddy nothing, but know that you cannot have a boyfriend until you're 30. Ma'am, like, you're 4. We are not gonna talk about boyfriends right now. That's crazy.
Not 30. So, a sidebar. Was 25 a golden enough? Well, you were married. You got married at 25.
20, yeah. 25 or 26.
But when you were younger, did you fall in line with the like, by 25, I want to have my own house. I want to be married. I want to have 2 kids.
No.
I did. And then Devin and I got into our relationship when I had just turned 24. And Addie was turning 5. And he told me, he was like, I do want to marry you. And I was like, ooh. I was just playing.
Wait a
But I don't know why it was this 25 number that a lot of women stick to, of like needing to have everything established by the age of 25.
I'm very like proud to hear that from a black woman, because I don't meet, well, I guess when I was younger, probably now more so, but growing up, like nobody was married, you know.
Did
Everybody
you want to be married?
No.
I didn't either.
No, like it was, I wouldn't say I didn't want to be married, but it was never anything that was like a desire, because it was never anything that was put in front of my face.
That's
or
fair.
never anything that I seen. So, you know, like how white families, like, especially like white girls, like they say, oh, like by 25, I have to be married. I have to have 2
they're
kids.
taught to go to college.
Yeah, they're
to
taught to do that. Like, that was never taught. I don't feel like that's taught. I'm not going to say for all black women, but where I came from, that wasn't a taught thing, because my parents to this day has never been married. My grandparents have never been married. So I never really grew up around married people. The only person that was married was my auntie.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, and then, you know, she wasn't really around as much. We were very like
Was she
closed
rich
in.
auntie? Was she like the rich auntie?
She was a pharmacist, so yes. Shout out to my auntie. She very much had her own thing going on. She didn't have kids for a very long time, so I mean, I just didn't see marriage modeled. So when I met he was my first non-hood nigga, which my ex before him wasn't really like hood, but before that it wasn't nothing but the drug dealers, you know, and it was just like, them niggas weren't talking about marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was very much being mistreated. I was very much being called out of my name. My husband is the first person that I have dated that have not called me out of my name. You know what I'm saying? When I first met him, we still laugh about it to this day, that when he tried to hold my hand, he was like, I snatched my hand away. It was like, what you doing? I was not used to like public.
You so horrid.
Girl, I was too damn hard.
You so
heard
hard.
me? Like, don't hold my hand in public. But it wasn't that I wanted to be hard. It was just that it was something that I had never had growing up, and it's been a struggle in our marriage because his love language is
physical
touch and affection and all that. And a nigga over here a gangster. My love language is definitely acts of service. Like, nothing more turns me on than seeing you do something for somebody else, or like, you know, be nice to somebody else. Like, that's what I like. Yeah. But you want to touch a titty all day, every damn day. I'm like, do you not like ass cheeks?
That's different. See, you showing your titties and now he touching the titty. It makes sense to me now. No. But being able to see, because he's affectionate with the kids. Yeah. So being able to see that from the lens of like, I didn't get that, but I'm seeing it with our girls specifically. Like, that boy, it do a little something.
I love that for my kids though, because I'm like, they're gonna grow up in an affectionate household. Like, I don't think my parents told me they loved me until it's still
like use the words,
I love you. Yeah. Until I was older for sure. I feel like my dad just said it maybe 2 years ago. Wow. But it was never like, I never felt love. I knew I was loved.
Right.
Like
the way to hear it.
Yeah, the way we showed love growing up was loyalty. Yeah. Which is why I like so heavy on like loyalty, because that is love to me. Mm-hmm. And I had to like, my husband had to like learn that about me, because I'm like, just because I'm not touching you and all of that doesn't mean I don't love you. I show you that I love you by being loyal to you. But as your wife, you know, I want to, you know, be your love language too. Yeah. So a nigga be trying. But it's hard when you go 20 plus years without having that.
It's not a switch.
It's something that you have to learn. Yeah. But like my kids are going to grow up affectionate. Yeah. Like that.
Are they touchy feely too? Yeah. Girl. Yeah.
So and they get on my goddamn nerves doing it too. Because Lord, get off of me. Yes. Get off of me. But that's crazy. That's crazy just even talking about it and running through it, like growing up in a non-affectionate family. And every single last one of my siblings struggle with it. Yeah. And Snap was like, you know, I start really giving you grace when I start hanging out with your family, and I see that you and all your sisters and all your brothers act just alike. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, like, we be like, love you, nigga. Yeah. Like, or I love your ugly ass. Yeah. Like, it's never just like, oh, I love you. Yeah. It's weird. It's to this day, it makes me queasy. I feel that. To even like say it, because I love them so much. Like, I will die for them. Yeah. But I don't want to say it. Like, I love your little bald head ass, your little crusty ass. Like,
get 'em.
I think that's a lot of Black families though.
Agreed. It's like, but I'm not, yes. Not to that extent, but I definitely like use it. Like, me and my brothers don't really use the words. Like, we know we love each other, but we don't use that language. I'm doing a better job with like saying it to my parents when I get off the phone. Yeah. But I make sure like, and Addie's at the age now where I'll tell her I love her and she'd be like, all right. And I'll be like, ugh.
Respectfully.
I'm not taking it personal. Yeah. Anymore. But Demi will hear it all of the time. Yeah. All of the time. And she's saying it back. But child, these kids, these mirrors, these triggers, they're leeches. Yeah. They're leeches. But I'm learning. I'm learning not to be a simp too.
Listen.
I'm learning not to be a simp too.
It's hard to not be a simp, especially when it comes to your babies. Yeah. Like, they're my babies.
But through them, it's like I'm exercising my boundaries. I'm doing better with conflict management, because when you have kids, you're always going to run, whether it be a teacher, another parent, and they kids, them, like, you're always going to run into some form of conflict. And so the areas that I'm like have always made me uncomfortable, they're coming to the forefront. Them is the lessons.
They say your kids go make sure you get that back. It's all gonna work out.
You see any grace?
Nah, but I know they in there somewhere.
I don't think y'all see any grace. You see any grace?
Check the chin hair. Look at the chin hair. You see some? Baby, if you had the chin hair, I'm a plug kid. Right then and there for you.
like
You can count on me.
It'd be like, count on me. You gotta be singing that song again. This was good.
That's always.
It was good. I had lost my train of thought.
A little tracky track.
I did. But we doing all right. We doing all right. Girl, you have to close us out. I'm faded.
You fighting for your life?
I am.
Well, as always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
But wait, do us a favor. Make sure y'all leave a review for the podcast.
Okay.
And rate us. So
Do y'all like it? Do y'all not like it? We can take criticism.
Do you love us or no? Do you love us or no? Like,
what y'all want to hear us talk about? Give us some topics.
We
to talk
want good
about.
favor with the algorithm. So leave a good review.
Leave a bad review if that's on your heart.
Don't do that, because
Is we go clap back? Maybe.
I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
We sensitive.
Wait till
but we
like
can take
episode
it.
20 before y'all say something bad. Like, let us
let a nigga get it out.
Let us
God
grow first. Let us evolve. Goddamn.